What's up, family? Welcome to Ask the Mods.
Where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my best friend, Deanna.
And this is my confidant, Aize.
All right, y'all. We got a question in from a viewer that is not really talked about a lot, but we're going to touch on it today. And basically, a viewer wrote in, and she said that she's having an issue finding love. And the primary reason is because she has excessive facial hair. Now, this right here is really causing her problems because, she's wondering whether or not she'll ever find love. She's gone to several different places. She's had, what do y'all get done? Like the waxing and...
Well, I want to just really paint the picture for our viewers. This is not just facial hair, I think, that where you go and get waxing done. So it's not that kind of a thing. You can see the full question on our site if you're looking somewhere other than blackloveandmarriage.com. But what she's talking about is the fact that she struggled with this from, a young age.
Yeah.
And really, she's more hairy than the average person. So she has had a beard and lots of hair on her legs and that kind of thing. So
I know some men find that sexy, especially the hair on the legs. They do. The hair on the legs.
Okay.
Maybe not the facial hair, but...
yeah, okay, so you're talking about the hair on the legs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she's really much more, hairy than the average woman. And so what she talks about is the fact that this has been something that's really gotten in the way of her relationships and her ability to have a relationship. She did say that she got some type of laser treatment done, and that eradicated about 70 to 80% of the hair. But outside of that, she says, she still is dealing with it. There's still about 20% to 30% of hair still on her body.
You're almost done.
All right.
Still about 20 to 30% of hair.
So she still has about 20 to 30%, of the hair still on her. And so she says, perhaps there's more there than she really even realizes at this point. So she's just dealing with the fact that, this is something that really has impacted her life. It's really an everyday thing she's dealing with. And she wants to know, am I ever going to find love? Because what man is going to want to deal with me when I'm walking around with a beard and with hairy legs and a hairy body and that kind of thing? So we want to give you a little bit of encouragement, and we want to give you a little bit of insight. You want to start off?
Yeah, let me say this. Thank you for writing in and asking us this question. It takes a lot to be vulnerable and then to share your question and your experience, with our viewers. We really appreciate that. Additionally, what I want to say is that you can find love. And let me make this perfectly clear. I think that the work that really needs to be done, the primary work that needs to be done, is not external. It's internal.
Yes.
There are people with no arms, no legs, no private parts that are engaged in relationships and are happy, and they're healthy relationships. Now, they go through challenges, but let me just make this perfectly clear. It all comes from your self-image, from how you see yourself, that determines how you walk around in the world.
And that comparison, he's making that comparison to show you that there are people who are dealing with much more difficult situations than yourself, but yet they still have a certain level of
self-esteem.
Yes. Haven't you all, in your growing up, or maybe right now where you are in your life, you knew somebody or you know somebody, and let's just keep it real. There's somebody for everybody, but somebody just oogly. Okay, just they're not very attractive to you, right? And a lot of people might agree with you on that. Okay, and yet this person is really popular. This person is really well liked. They got a man, they got a woman, they got a husband, a wife. They attract people to them. It's about the energy that they have within them. So you really can't underestimate that. So I guess what my husband is really trying to say is that you have to pay attention to what you're sending out to people who are meeting you. So if you are uncomfortable with how you look, if you are self-conscious about what people are thinking about you and about yourself, then that's what you draw to you. You ever met somebody who was perhaps has a disability of some sort, and they're just as comfortable with themselves. They're cracking jokes about it. They're saying whatever, and then they make you more comfortable. You know, feel free to ask questions, whatever, and now you feel okay. But when they're like this and they're a little, off and tense and what have you, then you give them the same energy.
That's true. And I see a bunch of married women with mustaches. They rock it comfortably.
And they're like, I'm tired of doing all of this.
Yeah, I mean,
wax and taking it off.
So,
I'm just gonna keep it real.
So, I mean, I understand that you might not be necessarily 100% comfortable with, the facial hair and everything like that, but the most important thing is that you become comfortable with yourself. That's the most important thing. Now, to deal with the external stuff, what we would say is that, you might want to see an endocrinologist to see exactly what's going on biologically and hormonally that's impacting the way, the hair is coming out of your face. Take a look at that. And but first and foremost, again, the primary thing is, getting in touch with you, feeling comfortable with you, loving yourself, and knowing that everything will be okay as long as you're okay.
Right. Yes, there is someone for you, dear. There is someone for everyone. And so as long as you work on self, that is our mantra here at BlackLoveAndMarriage.com, then you will attract a like mind. You will attract a like spirit, but you've got to do the work internally on yourself. Please do follow up with what my husband has said and check out an endocrinologist that you can see. Continue to work on that because, of course, when we feel like we're looking good, then we emanate goodness. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to 4 words. Those 4 words run our lives over here at BlackLoveAndMarriage.com. You got to look within. You got to do that work. Continue to do the external work, but make sure that while you're doing it, you stop playing and start pushing.